Thank you very much for coming along tonight to our Travel Tribe event. For those of you who I don't know, my name is Jo Ross and I am the founder of our movement here at Travel Tribe. So about 2 years ago, it's coming up to my 2-year anniversary at the end of this month actually, I was scrolling through Facebook and I found a post from a lady who was working in the same industry I was, and she was talking about how she was able to sell up and now be able to be a stay-at-home mum with her 2 little girls because she'd found an online business that was making a great income, actually out-earning her income from her traditional business. And so she was able to now stay at home and take care of her little girls and be a more present mum, which is what she was after. At the time, my hubby and I were dreaming of being able to travel around Australia in our caravan. So I sent her a message and I said, hey, can I ask what it is that you're doing since you're working online and obviously making a great income? And she sent me a video to watch with some information in it, much like what you're going to see here tonight. So when I saw the information on here, I absolutely loved it. So I am a 2 times breast cancer survivor. I got diagnosed really, really young, at a crazy young age of 33. And that, of course, has led me on a huge health journey over the last 6 years now. So with everything that I've been through and I've read and I've studied and everything that's happened, I've become really, really passionate about helping people to help themselves. So, we only get one shot at this beautiful life. And for those who are stuck in a corporate career like I have been, just working all day, every day, still never getting ahead at the end of the week, and still feeling like you're just stuck in that rat race. So that's what I get really passionate about, helping people escape from that and getting to live life on their terms. So I'd been doing this business for about 8 months, and then I was able to leave my traditional business. A few months later, I was able to retire my hubby from his plastering business, and we've been traveling Australia in our caravan for about a year now. Just this week, we've bought ourselves a little Tasmanian cottage and we're in the process of moving in. We're going to be doing some renovations for the rest of this year. And then we're going to travel around Australia for 6 months and then come back down here to Tassie for 6 months. So, it's been pretty amazing. If somebody had told me 2 years ago that this was possible, I never would have believed them. I would have said, oh, it's just one of those stories. But not only have I been able to do it, I've now actually been able to help other people to retire from their jobs. And, there's one of our team members today who is going off on a cruise with her mum to Hawaii today. Something that she would never been able to do before in her traditional business, in her traditional job. So the products that I'll just pop me on. There we go. So the products that we're talking about, I'm so very, very passionate about. They're called Juice Plus. Now, that's what they look like. Now, 2 years ago when these came into my life, I'd never, ever heard of them before. They've actually been around for 30 years and in Australia for over 20. It's their 20-year anniversary this year. So these aren't something new. They've been around for a very long time. And they're actually TGA approved. So the Therapeutic Goods Association, which is Australia's highest and most stringent governing body when it comes to pharmaceutical products, has approved these as a whole food and they are approved for medicinal use. Now, what is in here is absolutely nothing other than non-GMO, 100% herbicide and pesticide-free, vine-ripened fruits, vegetables and berries. So on the back here, it actually has a food label. It doesn't have like a vitamin or mineral label. It has a food label. So we've got carrot, cabbage, kale, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach, and oat bran. So that's the veggies that are in here. Now, as we know, an apple contains over 10,000 phytonutrients. So we can't possibly list them all because you're getting the whole food in here. Now, the way they do that is they get the fruit, let the fruit and veggie vine ripen, which is when it has its peak amount of nutrition in it. It's then picked and then trucked to the factory within 24 hours, where it's washed, crushed, and the whole fruit and veggie is crushed down to a pulp, which is then very, very slowly dehydrated. That allows the water to evaporate off and the sugars ferment off, and all you're left with is the powder with all that amazing nutrient in it. So what's fantastic about these is because our products have been around so long, there's 37 peer-reviewed medical published journals. They've done studies on Juice Plus. It's proven that the powder that's in these capsules is still alive. The enzymes are still bioavailable. And when you take Juice Plus, your body recognizes it as a whole food. It's not like a synthetic vitamin and mineral, which most of us have taken because we're trying to look after ourselves and we're always told that we need more. When we have a look at our, if you take a synthetic multivitamin, quite often your pee turns bright yellow. And it's because your body's recognizing it as a chemical and trying to flush it out as quickly as possible. When you take Juice Plus, that doesn't happen. So what's amazing about these is you're getting 27 different fruits and veggies. Now, I know we all know that the Australian government tells us we need 5 veggies and 2 fruits a day. The World Health Organization actually tells us that we need between 9 and 13 serves of organic fruit and veg every day to combat the pollutions and toxins that are sort of in our air and in our water. The soil isn't as nutritious as it used to be. It's really, really hard for us to actually get that level of nutrition that we need. So even when we are buying our fruit and veggies, doing our best to feed our families the right things, the fruit and veg that we buy, most of us can't get organic all year round. The tomatoes are often picked when they're green and then ripened under lights. Avocados are gas ripened quite often these days. So it's really hard to get that great level of nutrition. And that's what this does. It just bridges that gap between what we do eat and what we should be eating. Now, these are amazing. There's no warning labels on here, so they're perfectly safe for breastfeeding mums, for pregnant mums, from bubs from 6 months of age. We've got mums who like to sprinkle this on their food once they're starting to eat solids, and we've just got amazing stories from people who've been able to add that into their diet. And it is incredible what happens to your body when it starts getting that nutrition that it needs. We've got some great stories about just about everything you can imagine, because when your body's getting that nutrition, it really does start to heal itself from the inside out. So that's our capsules. And then the other thing that our company does is, because we do want to change the nutrition of the world, we've actually taken the powder that's in those capsules and mixed it in with tapioca starch and turned it into a little chewy for the kids. So we know how hard it can be to get our kids to eat their fruit and veg. Anyone who's ever been around a toddler at dinner time knows how difficult it can be for a mum and dad to get them to eat their veggies. So what we've done is taken the powder, mixed it with a little bit of tapioca starch and some of the fruit juice so that it tastes amazing. There's no artificial colours, no artificial flavours. It is purely fruits and veggies. It's actually even vegan. So there's nothing artificial in here whatsoever. And so you're getting 17 different fruits and veggies in these little chews. And what's amazing is that these actually come for free with every adult order. So if you have a child aged between 4 and 18 years of age, you can get these products for free for 4 years. Because our company has just, we've actually been doing the world's largest children's health study. So for over 10 years now, we've been sponsoring kids on these products and getting parents and guardians to let us know. We've been doing this observational study, finding out what happens to children when they're getting that extra fruit and veg. And it's been amazing. They have less days off school sick. They're on less medication. They have less doctor's visits. They eat more fruit and veg, they drink more water, they play more sports. There's so many different things that, the parents have let us know. So if you would like to read that, please have a chat to the person who sent you this video, and we'd be more than happy to share all that information with you. All right, so the capsules and the chews cover our micronutrients. Now, for our macronutrients, our energy, what we have is a complete shake. Now, we call this complete because it is a complete protein. It has absolutely everything you need in here. Again, all from vegetables. So these are vegan. There's no whey products, no milk products in here of any kind. And what these actually contain is chickpea powder, pea protein, rice protein. We've got an ancient grain blend. There's broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, amaranth, quinoa, pomegranate, pumpkin, spirulina, yucca, mushroom. So it's amazing how many veggies they managed to get in here, but you get it tasting like either chocolate or vanilla. There's less sugar in here than half a banana. So these make it an absolutely amazing way to start your day. So if you're one of those people who's a breakfast skipper like I am, these are so super quick and easy. So you can have these just as they are. I make mine with water and ice. Hubby likes his with frozen fruit. And you can mix these up in a little blender and they're absolutely amazing. So you can turn them into any kind of smoothie you can imagine. And we can also use them in cooking. So we have an incredible program that comes free with all of our products. Everybody gets lifetime access to it. And in there, we have the most amazing recipes written by a lady who was one of the top 10 finalists on MasterChef. And she is incredibly passionate about whole foods. So the recipes that are in there are very, very family friendly, but they are designed to help you get more whole foods into your family. So without even realizing it, you can cook incredible chocolate brownies, amazing chocolate chip biscuits, great KFC chicken, but it's all healthy, whole food version. So everybody who tries our products gets lifetime access to that as well. So the other fantastic thing that's amazing about these is the ingredients that's in here is all, as I said, vegan, but because they are based on veggies, they contain a really large amount of niacin. Now, niacin is actually one of the B vitamins, and it has been proven as a mood enhancer. So lots and lots of people these days we know suffer from anxiety and depression, and we've got some great testimonials from people who've been able to add these into their diet, and over time, they've actually been able to reduce or even get off some of their medication. So it's just amazing when you start to give your body that whole food nutrition it really wants, what your body can do with it. And then the very last product that we have is our omegas. So we're always hearing on TV how important it is to have fish oil or krill oil or something like that. So omegas are absolutely vital for human life, but we don't create them. We have to ingest them. Our body can't make it. You have to get it by eating it. So quite, for however many years, we've all been having, fish oil. Unfortunately, these days, the way fish farming is going and things like that, the condition of our oceans, fish isn't always the best source of how to get the omegas. Now, it turns out that the fish don't actually create omegas either. They get omegas by eating the algae. So what Juice Plus has done is instead of squeezing the fish to get the omegas, they've actually gone straight to the plant where it came from. So what's in here is the algae oil. We've got pomegranate seed oil, raspberry, sea buckthorn, tomato, and safflower. Now that gives us a full range. So we've got omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, which is essential for brain health, for heart health, for eye health, for mums who are growing new babies. Omegas are absolutely vital. There's so many studies being done on cognitive function and omegas, especially with kids who are on the spectrum. We're seeing some great results coming from being able to add omegas into their diet. So that's a little bit about our products. As you can see, I'm pretty passionate about it. I've been taking them for, it'll be 2 years exactly this month, and I will never be without them. When I first started taking these, I was a family daycare mum, so I was looking after 4 little boys under the age of 4, and I was exhausted. Even though I lived a pretty healthy life, I was beat. By the time those guys went down for a nap in the afternoon, I wanted a nap. I just could not, I was so exhausted, but I also couldn't think straight. I guess that brain fog, I wasn't able to concentrate. My paperwork that I had to do really suffered, and it was just, it was so exhausting all the time. I also didn't sleep well. And within, 2 to 3 weeks of me taking the products, all of that changed. My energy levels were through the roof, my brain fog vanished, and I started sleeping well. But for me, the best things happened over time. So I used to be a migraine sufferer. I'd get migraines about every 2 to 3 weeks, and they would be so bad that I would throw up. I could feel them building up in my neck. I'd gone and had x-rays done and scans done, all sorts of things done. There was nothing wrong. They couldn't tell me why, but every 2 to 3 weeks without fail, I was just wiped out. And yeah, I've been on these for 2 years now. And in 2 years since taking these, I've only had 2 migraines. So I don't know why. I don't really care. I'm never ever giving them up because it is amazing to not have to go through that. So if you're the kind of person who's ever had that, there's been so many other stories. I'm not alone. So what I'd like to do now is actually pop over to somebody else who's been taking Juice Plus for a little while. Miriam, are you able to take yourself off mute for me?
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's good. So would you mind sharing with us all, how did Juice Plus come into your life and what's been your experience?
Okay, I'd love to. I started taking Juice Plus at the end of January. So I responded to a work from home ad. I've got 2 little boys. My oldest is 2.5 and I've got a 1-year-old as well. And I really would love to stay home with them. And at the moment, I'm able to do that, which I love. And I want that to be an option in the future as well. So it made sense for me to look into options of working from home. I am contacted by my upline and she sent me a clip similar to what we're watching today. And I was terrified of actually joining the business. But the product just made so much sense to me. At that time, I wasn't in a good place, actually. I was really struggling with getting through the day, basically. So both my boys are poor sleepers. I haven't actually slept for a whole night in over 2.5 years.
Oh my
Between
goodness.
the 2 of them. And not just up once at night, more like 3 or 4 or 5 times. And I just felt like my body was shutting down on me. I was getting very angry during the day at my boys, which made me really upset at myself because I love them and it's always been my dream to be a mum and to stay home with my kids. And I felt like I was failing them because I was struggling so much. I was taking the synthetic vitamins, the probiotics, all of that, and it just wasn't cutting it. It just wasn't doing what it needed to do in my body. So I heard about Juice Plus and it really resonated with me. And so I was really keen to give it a go. I started taking it. Within day 5, I sat down and had a conversation with someone and realized that I actually was able to have a conversation, something that had been quite difficult for me just with concentration and because I was so tired. And I actually enjoyed talking to my friend and I was like, wow, I haven't had this for a while. And the next thing I noticed was my sugar cravings were gone, my carb cravings were gone. I've always struggled with my weight and with my appetite, and that just went out of control with, the sleep deprivation and craziness of motherhood. I gained 10 kilos with each baby, and I hadn't been able to lose any of it. I'd started exercising and started trying to cut out the sugar and that sort of thing. So that's been a real answer to prayer, because I was getting to the point where my weight was just going up and up and up no matter what. And with being on the product, I've dropped 6.5 or 7 kilos pretty much without trying. It's just come off. Brain fog is gone. I enjoy being a mum again, which is huge for me. That's really changed my family. I enjoy my boys. I'm sort of living the dream that I always wanted to have with my boys. And so I wouldn't be without it now. I'm really thankful for that this has come into my life and the difference that it's made. And another thing, which I won't go into detail, I'll spare you guys the detail, but just hormonal balance stuff, just with PMS and other things that I won't go into, have really, really improved a lot, which I was not expecting at all. That was a big surprise and it's pretty awesome.
Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Sounds like it's been a pretty epic journey for you over the last couple of months.
It's been pretty amazing. I'm very thankful.
Oh, awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what happens over the next few. You're just at the beginning of your journey, so that's fantastic. Well done. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm now going to shoot on over to Razia. Are you able to take yourself off mute for me? With a baby in hand.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
He is going to steal the show.
Trying to multitask.
Oh, so could you share with us how did Juice Plus come into your life and what's been your experience?
Yes, I saw a post about maybe 2 months ago on Facebook, and I commented for some more information. And yeah, I saw it on one of Lisa's posts that she posted on one of I think one of the buy and sell pages, and I ended up looking into it, and I was a bit skeptical in the beginning, just looking at another online business or whatever. But I think what kind of just what I was looking at is the fact that the product itself. So I ended up looking into it, did some research. Abby did some research, and I decided to get the product. At the time, I was just about going back to work from maternity. So I guess I was kind of motivated to learn more about the business and the product. And if this was an opportunity for me to earn an income from home and spend more time with my family. I've got 2 other boys as well. So family time is quite big for us, and also like we've just with me not working for a good few months, our finances was a bit tough. So there was just like a lot of things that I was looking into. So I ended up ordering my product. I got the product, and I think so. I only got the premium capsules, but after taking it for, I think must be 2.5 weeks. So let me just say that I've had a swollen ankle for about a good few months, and I'm not sure how I've injured it. I think it could have been a gym, but it's just been swollen. It's been not painful, but it has been really tender, especially when getting out of bed in the morning. So I've had that, and after taking the product for about 2.5 weeks, I've noticed that the swelling was going down. And I think a week later, I noticed more of the swelling was down. So if you look at it now, it's just like it's normal. Again, there's no swelling or anything, which is weird. It's not giving me any grief anymore. Sometimes I would have my ankle or foot in a certain position, I could feel it just felt a bit tender. So yeah, I haven't had any drama or any problems with my ankle any further. I've also been noticing that my hair is not coming out anymore. Usually when I get out of the shower and I give my hair a brush, I notice a lot of hair in the brush, and so I haven't really noticed my hair coming out. It seems a lot stronger. And what I've been noticing the last week is that my skin is actually shiny as well. I've had a lot of dry skin, especially, and sorry to say this, but my heels, because I live in Jandals. So, being a mom and whatever. But yeah, my heels are just noticing a difference in my heels. It's not as dry. So yeah, I don't know why, but that's the kind of things that I've been noticing, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I mean, I've been on the product for a month now. I'm naturally an energetic person. I've got a lot of energy anyway, but I have noticed that I'm just not as tired anymore. Like, in the middle of the day at work, I'd just be really tired, or just, want a coffee just to wake myself up, or struggling to get out of bed in the morning. I'm just such a sleeper. Like, I can sleep till midday if I had my way. But yeah, so I just felt like I can, wake up in the morning without any like tiredness or anything like that. So yeah, I think the product is amazing, and I'm glad I found it, and I'm glad I'm on it, and I don't plan to go off it in a long time.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Experience. Thank you.
No worries. All right, so as you can see, everybody has a different experience. Like, Juice Plus is not a magic pill. We never know what it's going to do for a person, but it has the ability to heal us. Our fruit and veg is absolutely amazing. It's what we were designed to eat, and it's so hard for us to get enough these days. The busy lives that we lead, even when we try to do it, they say less than 5% of Australian adults are getting their 5 serves of veggies and 2 serves of fruit a day, and that for kids it's even less. So our lives are only getting busier, and that's where Juice Plus comes in. It just helps us bridge that gap between what we should be eating and what we actually are eating. So what I'd like to share with you now is just a little bit about the business. So there is a business behind this, and I absolutely love the business. It has given me the most amazing life, and now I get to travel around Australia and the globe and sharing it with other people. So that's what I want to do with you. So now, when I first heard about this business, I love the idea of it, but my biggest fear was that I didn't know enough people. I thought that I had less than 100 Facebook friends, and I lived in a tiny little beachside town where the only people I really knew were the mums of the kids who I did family daycare with. So this was me up here. I was told, look, if you're teachable and you're willing to follow the system that we have in place, we can teach you how to use social media, specifically Facebook, how to build this incredible business. So that's what I've done over the last 2 years. So at the start, I reached out to Beck. Beck was one of the mums whose little boy and little girl I was looking after. Beck was desperate to stay at home and look after them. She didn't like her job anymore, wasn't fulfilling her, and she hated having to drop her 2 little ones off at my place and then go to work, and I got to play with them all day. So Beck absolutely loved the products because, trying to get her toddlers to eat fruit and veg. So she went to work and she shared it with her friend Angela, and Angela shared it with Jacinta. So then I was learning how to use social media. So I popped a post up on Facebook and basically said, is there anybody out there who's looking to escape the rat race? Is there anybody out there who would like to earn a travel fund, maybe put aside $500, $1,000, maybe more a month aside into a travel fund, so that at the end of the year, Christmas holidays aren't so crazy, you can have a great time with your family. Now, from that post, Deb got in touch, Vicky got in touch, and Denise got in touch. So it turns out both Denise and Vicky live in different towns, but they're both school teachers. So Denise's partner, Greg, he had been laid off from the mines, so he jumped into the business. So did Denise's mum, Gwenda, who was looking to earn a little bit of extra money, and Denise's friend Taku, who was out in East Timor-Leste at the time, and there isn't access to very many fruit and veg. So they all jumped into the business just from hearing Denise talk about it. Vicky jumped into the business. She shared it with a few people online, Mark, Melanie, and she's actually got quite a few. So from there, these guys have all shared it with a couple of other people. Deb has shared this with a few people. And then, as you can see, just by a couple of people sharing it with a couple of people, this is what we call the popcorn effect. And now, in less than 2 years, this is over 200 people. So just by using the power of social media and Facebook, it has been absolutely amazing, the amount of, and that's just the people who want to do the business. We have a couple of thousand customers, a couple of thousand families that are getting Juice Plus into their lives and into their bodies now because of us sharing it via social media. So that was one of the things I was worried about, but it is absolutely not an issue at all. Just by using social media, we get to share this with loads and loads of people. The other thing that people worry about is that it's a pyramid scheme, that it's illegal, or that only one person at the top is ever going to make any money. So it doesn't work like that at all. Pyramid schemes are illegal and have been since the 70s. But when it comes to a pyramid scheme, that's actually just the structure of normal everyday business. So if you take a Woolworths, for example, so you've got a CEO up the top here. You've got managers, managerial positions, loads and loads of different levels. And then way down here, down at the bottom, you've got the checkout chicks and the cleaning staff and the people who stack the shelves. So these guys, if they work really, really hard, they might be able to work their way up a couple of levels, but they're always going to be swapping dollars for hours. You know, no matter how hard they work, they're only going to be getting the $18 an hour. You know, if this person here doesn't show up for the day and this person has to work twice as hard or has to work longer, they're still only going to get the same amount of money. So it's not a great system, because no matter how hard they work, their chances of becoming the CEO and getting to the top and living that amazing lifestyle, very rarely going to happen. You know, it's not something that happens to the normal everyday person. And the other thing is that to get to these positions, because they're quite limited, normally you have to jump over one another. You know, it can be a bit of a competitive workplace and a bit of a competitive environment to have to work in all the time. You're always competing with somebody else for a limited amount of positions up the top. So with our business structure, the way we're modelled is, oh, that is so wonky. Rubbing that one out. Oh, not much better. But anyway, so when we come into this business, we all come in exactly the same. So we all start down the bottom. And this doesn't matter if you're a school teacher, if you work in daycare, if you're a stay-at-home mum, if you're the garbage collector, if you're a politician. Everybody comes into this business exactly the same. And we have levels along the way. And then we have our pinnacle position in Australia, which is called NMD, National Marketing Director. But the beautiful thing about this is the positions up here are unlimited. So every single person who comes into this business, if they want to be the boss and get to the top position, they all can. But the other fantastic thing is the only way that you can get to the top is if you reach down and help other people grow their business. That's how you grow your own business. So we're very much a teaching business. The only way that you can get to the top is if you are a nice, genuine, caring and sharing person who's willing to help out other people. And that just leads to the most amazing community of fantastic people who all genuinely care about each other to work in. So it is an absolutely brilliant environment. So hopefully that's kind of showed you a little bit about how our business is structured. Now, what I also want to explain is a little bit about how we get paid, because, you know, it all sounds great, but how do we actually get paid? So our business is pretty unique in that we get paid in 3 separate ways. We get paid a retail profit. Every time we connect a customer with our amazing products, we get paid the retail profit. So we pay $165 per year to have our own virtual franchise. Now that gives us our own online office, and that's where we process orders. So we don't have to look after shipping or payments or do any of that. What we do is enter in a customer's name, address, credit card details, and hit go. And then head office, which is in Newcastle, they do all the shipping, they do all the payments, everything. We just get paid the retail profit for connecting the customer with the company. Now, we also get paid a commission. So a percentage. As I said, we are a team building business. So as we grow our team, the Juice Plus company pays us a percentage of the sales going through our team as a thank you, to say thank you for looking after your team, for helping them grow their own businesses as well. And along with that, we also get paid bonuses. Now, bonuses are actually the fun money. So bonuses start instantly. Many people get their first bonus on their first day. Lots of people get their first bonus within their first 10 days, and they continue throughout the entire course of your Juice Plus career. The bonuses are also unlimited. So I'm going to explain a little bit about how that works. So when you start off with us, you're a virtual franchisee. Within 10 days, you can get your first promotion, and you get your first $100 bonus, as well as getting a retail profit. Within your first 40 days, you can get to SDVF, where you get a $400 bonus, not only for you, but also for the person who taught you. So we call this a teacher bonus. So every time you help someone get that bonus, you get it as well. The next one is at SC, which is a $600 bonus for you when you get there and the person who taught you. The next level is SSC, which is a $1,200 bonus for you and your teacher. And as I said, these are unlimited. You can help one person get this, or you can help 10 people get it, or 20 people. It's entirely up to you. The next one is QNMD, which is a $1,500 bonus for you and your teacher. And then we have our pinnacle position, which is NMD, which is a $3,000 bonus. Now, when you get there, the person who taught you doesn't get the bonus, because chances are they're already in NMD. And once you get to NMD, you're on a residual income of between 80 and 100,000 a year, depending on the size of the business that you have. And that only grows from there. So that's the residual income. That's the money that's going to come in, whether you are working your business or whether you decide to take a month off and go on a cruise. You know, that money is going to be landing in your bank account every single month. So that is why our business is absolutely fantastic. Juice Plus does not pay for celebrity endorsements. It doesn't pay for magazine advertising, TV advertising. So they have all of their profits sitting over here, just waiting to give it all to us, which is why they can do all of those incredible bonuses. They reward us for helping others. And that's really part of what makes this such an incredible community. You know, we really are all there to help each other and help grow each other. And we have an awful lot of fun while doing it. You know, I got to travel around Australia, come down here to Tassie. We came over here for 4 months to meet up with some team and do some events. We did that, and then we fell in love with the place and ended up buying a house, and it's just incredible. In 2 weeks' time, we're flying over to America, where we're getting to meet up with some of our team over there, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And we come back and then we head up to Brisbane and we're meeting up with some of our guys up there. So it's absolutely amazing what this business can do for you. You know, if you want to be the kind of person who stays at home and be with your kids, and you get to do the sports days, and you get to, you know, go up and help at the school and actually be a present parent, you know, that's what this business can allow you to do. Or it can allow you to travel the world and, you know, go exploring, live that life, take your kids with you, you know, be a mum who teaches their kids on the road. You know, it's just absolutely amazing. So what I'd like to encourage everybody who's listening to this is, I know you probably got questions because this was just a very brief overview, but please get your questions answered. You know, if you want to have a chat more about this, more than happy to do that. This has changed my life. It has changed 200 people's lives in our team, plus the amazing amount of people that are taking the product and are feeling better now. And, you know, we're just a tiny drop in the ocean in this incredible business. So please get your questions answered. We would love to have you with us and love to help you out. So thanks so much for your time.